All right. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in and happy Thursday. Today we're playing Danganronpa 2 and we might be reaching the conclusion. I feel like we're really close to the end. We have done our final class trial and now we're in what Monokuma has said is Hope's Peak Academy. I don't know how much truth he's telling. We went into the ancient ruins, which, to be fair, looked like Hope's Peak Academy from the outside, but in a ruined state. And now we have to investigate. Supposedly, there's clues littered all around the school about, the whole thing that we're involved with. So. Also, there was something about us basically being the backup crew, like we aren't even the main act. So apparently we're waiting on someone else too. But for now, we got to investigate. So we're going to hop in and that's what we are going to do today. It's been a crazy, crazy run. Chapter 0 and 6. All right. So we need to investigate. What exactly is there to investigate? I mean, can we... I guess, well, there's this.
I knew you could do it.
Uh-huh. There's still hidden Monokumas, apparently. Alright, well, let's back out of here, I guess. And let's see what we got. Huh? That's weird. This is the hallway I walked through to get to the gymnasium, but it's clearly different. We're totally glitching out. Like, I don't know if you guys can see, even the chat is, the text box is glitching out. I feel like we're a robot. Is this Monokuma's doing too? Is he trying to confuse us again? I don't know how he's doing it, but he keeps doing it over and over again. He's so persistent. But I'm not going to fall for his trap. There's no way this will make me back down. Like, it's so weird. I guess we can't go in any of the glitched doors. Let's talk to Sonia.
This hallway, there is a strange feeling to it, no? As if an invisible wall has been erected to limit our movement.
I am concerned.
Is it just me?
I don't think it's just you. This is definitely a weird hallway. It's like super glitchy. Like, what even is going on here? Okay, where do we want to go? Let's see. We've been to the gym, and those two classrooms are glitchy. I think this is the stairs, and I don't think we can go there. Right? Or, like, I don't think we can go in there. This is weird. It looks like a waterfall of glitches. What's supposed to be at the end of this? Like the science lab? Bio. But we can't go in, of course. Okay. Well, where can we go then, I wonder? 5C. Or oh wait, no, maybe this is okay, dojo. Okay. We haven't been here then. What's in the dojo? Oh, this looks familiar. Is this a dojo? It's full of strange things that make me think there's no way we're inside a school. Perhaps it's a mistake to expect the inside of this building to make sense. All right, we've got a book. What's this? Is this a manga? The title is Manga for Morons, A History of Hope's Peak Academy by Monokuma. Why is a manga with such a suspicious-looking title laying out in the open like this? Let's start with history first, class.
Hey,
Reading manga is the third best way to learn about history. Then what's the first, you ask? That depends on the person. Of course. just as I thought. Monokuma made this. That totally explains how suspicious it looks. I really want to just ignore it, but there's no way I can do that. Fine, I'll look at it. I'll look at anything that might be a clue to getting out of here, no matter what it is. I picked up the manga off the floor and started flipping through the pages. It's an introduction to Hope Speak Academy's history, as narrated by the cutesy character on the cover. The story begins with an introduction to Hope Speak Academy. Hope Speak Academy is a government-funded school of privilege where only the most talented high school students can hope to attend. Built to raise hope in the nation's future, many of its alumni are key leaders of various industries. New students are chosen through a scouting process, but the ones who scout them are Hope Speak Academy teachers who serve as both educators and researchers of talent. Hope Speak Academy isn't just a school for talent, it's also a school for researching talent as well. However, for the past few years, Hope Speak Academy has been suffering from a decline in funding. If this persists, the Academy believes they will not be able to make progress with their research of talent. Hey, Richu Hout Gaming, welcome in. How's it going? So they decided to implement a new system. The reserve department. That's right, that we're a reserve student, right? Unlike the main department who scouts for students, the reserve department utilizes a general entrance exam. Normal faculty was hired and placed in charge of looking after the reserve department. The expenses and exam fees for the reserve department are quite high compared to most high schools. Nevertheless, Hope Speak Academy received an endless stream of applicants. Hope Speak Academy was now available to talentless commoners, people who only cared about the brand. With this, Hope Speak Academy managed to amass sizable funds and began further research of talent. To create Hope Speak Academy's earnest wish, a true genius who would become mankind's hope. But just when they thought everything was going well, an unprecedented incident occurred. Hey, Makoto, welcome in. New to stream. Glad to have you. Welcome in, welcome in. The incident that triggered the tragedy, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. That's right, it was the tragedy of Hope Speak Academy. Hope Speak Academy was crippled by this incident and was forced to shut down without accomplishing anything. The end. That was abrupt. Huh? The ending was so sudden, like a manga that's suddenly canceled in the middle of its run, right? Plus these phrases mentioned at the end of this manga. You probably know my favorite character from my user. I wonder. I am excited to see if he might be making a reappearance here, but we'll see. The tragedy, and the tragedy of Hope Speak Academy. These names are so melodramatic. There's no way these incidents really happened, right? This manga only mentions the names, so I don't really know the details, but no, it'd just be a waste of time to wonder about things that don't make sense. More importantly, I learned something because of this manga. The reserve department. That department was only built to collect money. I was one of those reserve corps students, right?
But hold on.
That's weird. Alright, see you later, Makoto. Have fun. Oh, you're here again. The thing that's weird is you, of course. Huh?
Hey!
Why did you forget that you were part of the reserve department? The Future Foundation only took away your school life memories, right? But you should have known even before you entered that you had no talent, right? So I think it's weird you actually forgot something like that, too. What do you want me to say? I mean, that is a good point. Something I hadn't thought of.
By the way,
Based on my assumption, the Future Foundation must have wanted to hide the fact that you are one of those reserve course students.
I got it!
Or you willingly sealed those memories yourself. Huh? You wanted to be confident in yourself. You wanted to forget everything that embarrassed you. You know, when humans experience trauma, sometimes they erase their memory of what happened. It happens pretty often. Not that I know anything about that, though. Are you saying it's my fault I forgot? That's not it.
Come on!
When things get inconvenient, you always get angry and try to brush it off. Well, that's expected of a reserve course student. Sheesh, that guy. What the crap? My goodness, what do we got? Okay, we got the reserve department. Oh, are we gonna have another class trial? We're getting truth bullets? Okay, what about this target? That target seems pretty far away. If the production team had had more time, there could have been a mini game here. Wait, what am I saying? Okay, we got cherry blossom trees. The cherry tree is proudly displaying its full blossoms. The falling petals add to the elegance of the scene. If Hiyoko and Pekka were here, it would have looked truly picturesque. For their sakes as well, I will definitely go home. The training dummy? There's a straw post. I guess that means it was used for training. The lockers? There are a bunch of wooden lockers here. Each of them has a traditional looking wood block key sticking out of them. I guess they're just for show. There's nothing in particular that looks like a clue. Okay. Anything else? What do we got over here? Some armor? It's armor and a helmet. Did the map developers design this to reflect a Japanese dojo? What else? Do we have anything else here? I think that's about it. So let's go ahead and head back out. See what else we can discover. Alright, so, I don't think we can go in here. This is glitched and sealed off. I guess... Oh, we've got Kazuichi.
What's going on?
This hallway is kind of creepy. I can't go to places I should be able to go to. It's like some rule is being enforced for no reason. It's like there's an invisible wall or something. Yeah, it does seem that way. Okay, this just goes, okay, so this goes back to where we saw Sonya, right? I think. All right. Okay, we can go into 5A. So let's see what's in here. There's another book there. Is there anything else in here? All right, well, let's look at the book. This is another manga. It's laying on top of the desk. This one is Manga for Morons, The Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy, huh? Wasn't the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy mentioned in that other manga, too? It's why Hope's Peak Academy went bankrupt, and it was the trigger for the biggest, most tragic, most awful event in human history. If I read this manga, will I be able to learn a little more about that incident? Hopefully. We'll see. I took the manga from the desk and started flipping through the pages to see what I could learn about the event known as the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. The story made heavy use of outdated, stylized drawings depicting characters solving mysteries. What's written here is, As the name suggests, the tragedy of Hope Speak Academy occurred at Hope Speak Academy. The key player in that event was a student named Azuro Kamakura. Azuro was a genius known as a symbol of hope. Hope Speak Academy used all their resources to develop him. Supposedly, Azuro was a genius among geniuses and possessed various talents. Wielding superior talent for the hope of mankind, the Academy referred to Azuro as the ultimate hope. To protect such a rare talent, the Academy completely concealed all evidence of Azuro's origins and identity. Because of that, most of the students of the Academy were completely unaware of Azuro's existence. But Azuro, who was known as the symbol of hope, was responsible for a horrible incident. 13 students of Hope Speak Academy Student Council, among the Academy's best and brightest, were brutally murdered by Azuro. However, the incident did not end there. The Academy tried to protect Azuro's superior talent and concealed the incident as though it never happened. However, a certain student began working in secret to use that incident to their advantage. That student uncovered what the Academy did, and by making that knowledge public, it stoked the fires of Reserve Corps students who had long been dissatisfied with how they'd been treated. And the uprising began. And that heralded Hope Speak Academy's destruction. This is the entirety of the tragedy of Hope Speak Academy. Eventually, that incident would lead to that horrifying, devastating incident. The incident that would be known as the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. We're excited? Danganronpa 0. With a heavy sigh, I closed the manga. Am I supposed to believe this? There's no way 13 people were killed at Hope Speak Academy. What I need for a genius known as the ultimate hope to cause such a gruesome incident. A talent like that is too regal for society. It's like someone trying to buy juice with a bar of gold. Oh, you should be lucky that you're incompetent. Gee, thanks. He always has to lead up to something offensive. He seriously pisses me off, right? But ultimate hope. Nagito mentioned that before too. But it looks like it means something completely different here. What Nagito said was the true meaning of hope. But for Azuro, hope simply means talent. More importantly, a genius who possesses various talents. Oh, I wonder if it was Azuro that we were talking to when we were looking at Nagito. Like, if that's who we were. I wish they'd given me one of those talents so I didn't have to be in the reserve department. And that's right, the reserve department. Here it said that the Reserve Corps students in the reserve department began uprising. Then what about me? Was I a participant too? No, that's not possible. There's no way. I have no reason to do something like that. Or do we? Alright, so that one's been added. Anyway, I've learned about the tragedy of Hope Speak Academy, but the biggest, most awful, tragic event in human history is a far worse incident, right? What kind of incident was it? And who's this other student that isn't Azuro? A certain student who secretly used the incident to their advantage? Who is that? Would that be Junko, I wonder? This incident is really messed up, but all it's doing is raising more questions. The mysteries just keep piling up. Okay. What about the clock? The clock doesn't have any hands. What time is it right now? We can't see outside, so I don't even know if it's night or day right now. This is reminiscent of the first game. Let's look at the iron plate to get a clue. Metal slabs are covering portions of the classroom where windows would usually be. To go so far as to cover the windows like this? Does he really want to keep us locked inside? But why? Alright, is there anything else? I think that's it. I think this is the door out, but we'll click it just in case it's a new door. I think it's the one we came in, though. Alright. So, we cannot go this way, right? Yeah, there's no way we can go that way. So we gotta go this way somewhere. Let's see. I feel like we've been pretty much around everywhere. We went to the dojo. We cannot go here. I think Sonya was around this way. Or maybe not. Let's see. Maybe we can go to the biology lab. I mean, it's open now. Oh, maybe we have to do it in a certain order. Because this was blocked before. Okay, the biolab, and there's another book there. What is with this room? It's freaking cold in here. It's like I'm in a freezer or something. If I just stand still, I might end up freezing to death. I should hurry up and investigate so I can get out of here already. Sure. What's the tarp for? This looks like a plastic tarp. Why is this left out like this? Clean up after yourselves, will you? Of course. Okay, refrigerator. Oh, there's a hidden Monokuma. I've seen this in movies before. It's a refrigerator for preserving dead bodies. At least that's what it looks like. But that's not possible, right? Keeping dead bodies in a high school biolab isn't something you should joke about. It just feels so forced. This idea should have been canceled during development or something. Huh? What am I thinking, right? Alright, let's get the hidden Monokuma. The glitch Monokuma.
I've been found.
Nice. Is there anything on the desk that we can look at? No. Alright, let's read this book. There's another manga just laying around here. This time, the title is... Oh, this is the one we wanted to find out about. Manga for Morons, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. I knew it. The next one would obviously be about this incident. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history, huh? Just what was that incident really about? It might turn out to be something lame. I flipped through the pages of the manga and hoped that I was right. I feel like we're not going to be wrong. A story about creepily drawn characters who get involved in such horrifying incidents. An incident known as the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Is this drawn so grotesquely because the incident itself is that grotesque? Anyway, the beginning of this creepy manga starts with this sentence. The tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy was simply the trigger. At first, the uprising by the Reserve Corps students that triggered the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy was initially hoped to be resolved quickly, but the situation continued to escalate to dangerous extremes. The movement started spreading all over the internet and fostered a thriving online community. The community was not limited to students, and people of various races and nations began joining in. But the movement was not confined to the internet and began spreading and eroding the real world. When the movement started, it was indistinguishable from any other demonstration inspired by social unrest. But as it spread across the world, certain abnormalities soon came to light. By then, it was too late. The ends and the means had vanished, and wanton destruction became their only goal. The strong butchered the weak killed the weakest among them, and soon, the weak formed factions to brutally murder the strong. And the violence and death continued to spread, the shock of their actions began to disappear, as if the era was regressing to more uncivilized times, when senseless deaths were the norm. The media was oversaturated with deaths to the point where people would watch them while enjoying a meal. By the time the world realized what it had become, It was too late to stop what had happened. A feeling of immense despair began spreading and eventually engulfed the world. Acts of terrorism and coup d'etat began occurring around the world. A war raged in the name of despair. A war fought not for principles, religion, or personal gain. Just war. Pure war. And because of that, there was no way to resolve it. How could a movement started by high school students progress to such a hopeless scenario? The only explanation is the existence of a certain organization devoted to a certain student who influenced Hope's Peak Academy. A group called Ultimate Despair. Instead of using Hope's Peak Academy's talents for the sake of mankind's hope, they used them for the sake of mankind's despair. Key members of society used their influence to brainwash the masses in order to spread despair. Tech-savvy computer programmers wrote software to spread despair. The powerful and influential created new values and morals to spread despair. And with this, they created the tragedy, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. As long as ultimate despair exists, the despair engulfing the world will never end. The tragedy will never end. My heart was racing in my chest, but my body felt ice cold. And it wasn't because I was freezing in this room. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history? This is definitely all made up. I mean, if this is really true, then what's happening in the outside world? My family, my friends, the convenience store I frequent, the nearby bookstore, my favorite restaurant? What's happened to them?
No way!
Hey, are you seriously yelling at a manga? How crazy are you? Who would enjoy reading something like this?
What?
Oh my, you don't like manga? A high school student who doesn't like manga is like an office lady who doesn't like to eat candy. Enough. What is this messed up manga? I thought you'd obviously know about such a horrible event that destroyed the world, but for you not to remember that such despair. That's the Future Foundation's fault, though, thanks to them stealing your school memories. The incident that happened during that period has been completely removed from your brains. This incident really happened, and I actually forgot about it? There's no way that's possible.
What are you saying?
How many times do I have to tell you all the clues here are real?
Hello.
Please understand, I'm rooting for you. If you don't learn about the full extent of the outside world, you guys will suffer for it. I just want to help you guys so you can live well-adjusted lives in the outside world. Oh my goodness, I see. So that's how it is? That's what he meant by what he said at the beginning. Well, as the headmaster, I'm conflicted, you know. On one hand, I'm really happy you're finally going to graduate. But on the other hand, I'm worried about whether you guys will be okay in the outside world. That's why I'm thinking about telling you what the outside world is like before you make a decision. Whether you want to leave Jabberwock Island or stay here. He's trying to make us feel despair toward the outside world, so we'll want to stay on this island. But there's no way I'm going to do what he wants. Despair like that simply can't exist. The outside world should be filled with hope. Just like now. Perhaps, no. That's definitely it. All right, we've got the tragedy. Whether or not this incident really happened, what in the world is this Ultimate Despair group? If they're devoted to a certain student who guided Hope's Peak Academy to its destruction, Are they connected to both the tragedy and the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy? Plus, that organization isn't just one person, but a group of people. But if they're known as Ultimate Despair, they're just high school students, right? Well, if they were actually able to do it, then I guess that's why they were called Ultimates. Then, are the killings we're involved in connected to them as well? It's no use. I'm going to freeze to death. I'm at my limit. I need to get out of here. Shivering, I ran out of the freezing room. My goodness. Phew, that was close. I nearly froze to death. So where should I go next? All right. Well, we have learned about the tragedy. We have learned about Hope's Peak, the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy, and we've learned about the Ultimate Despair group. And it seems like more places are being opened. Now I'm starting to understand. The ones that are white are the ones we can go to. So I think we haven't been to 5B yet, right? I believe so. Okay, what does he want? No, I should ignore it. I'm just going to pretend I didn't see him. But are we, though?
Jeez.
When I went inside this room, that bear was suddenly here. He keeps glancing at me. I wonder why. It's gonna be bad either way.
Damn right.
So I'll let you handle it. There's no way I'm going to deal with that idiot. I don't want to do that either. I love the sign for despair on the wall. Well, I guess we better talk to him and get it out of the way.
Hiya.
Why, hello, Hajime. I hope you're doing pleasingly well. Are you pleasingly well? You're pleasingly well, right? What if I say no? What are you doing here?
No.
Well, there was another thing I needed to tell you on this floor. Teehee, I got bored of drawing manga. Can you forgive me for for telling you by word of mouth? You should have done that from the beginning. I didn't want to read your manga in the first place. A high school student who doesn't like manga is like a sumo wrestler who doesn't like eating hot pots. I'm getting really fed up with your babbling. Hurry up. What did you need to tell me? It's about that key piece of information you've been waiting so long for.
What?
Surprise! It's about Ultimate Despair. Huh? Ahem. Even though the term Ultimate Despair refers to a group these days,
Actually,
it was originally the title for a high school girl who was the most powerful, evil, and feared person alive. A high school girl?
yes indeed.
Lady Junko Inoshima. Junko Inoshima.
Hey,
As the former Ultimate Despair, she created a despair brimming with charm and humor, and created the Ultimate Despairs. There was only one really horrible person in that group.
don't fuck with me.
Hold on a sec. I don't know what the Ultimate Despairs are, but it's not that easy to form an organization. There's no way people would join some screwed up organization created by a high school girl.
Unbelievable.
Humans who are obsessed with their philosophy have an uncanny power to attract others. It's a trait shared by many famous leaders throughout history, right? There's nothing strange about it.
Hey,
That holds true for Lady Junko. Hey, Makoto, welcome back again. We're just learning about Junko now. With her charismatic ability to attract people, she even influenced those in the highest echelons of power.
phew.
Her connections were the main reason that incident became the tragedy in the first place. So she even recruited people who would have been in a position to neutralize the threat?
Huh?
then what was their purpose?
Huh?
What?
I tried streaming. I was too scared. Oh, it's fun. Like I said, why did they cause that incident? It doesn't even make sense. They had a purpose, right? There's no way they'd do what they did without any purpose.
Hey,
It was Junko Inoshima's despair.
Huh?
For Junko Inoshima, despair isn't about purpose, a set of principles, a way of life, or an instinct. Despair is what defines Junko Inoshima as Junko Inoshima.
What are you saying?
I'm a stuffed plushie. Hajime is human. It's exactly like that. Junko Inoshima is so full of so much despair that she's truly hopeless. Living, dying, eating, loving, for her, everything is despair.
What?
With her overwhelming force of personality, Junko recruited the ultimate despairs, one by one. She controlled their despair by taking advantage of their love, hate, grudges, anything really. Junko's despair is far more dreadful than any other. The idea that had been slammed right into their minds. And so the ultimate despairs who had been recruited became nothing more than Junko's limbs. All despair, whether it was their own or anyone else's, was dedicated to Junko Inoshima, like believers making offerings to their god, like a mother providing food to her children. They dedicated all despair so they could escape from despair, all in Junko Inoshima's name. For example, they killed their family and friends and even destroyed their bodies through relentless mutilation. And to hopelessly top it off, they completely believed it was something that they had to do.
There's no way something that crazy is possible.
what?
Did you know about the final days of the reserve corps students during the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy?
Final days?
In other words,
Junko had the power to change people's values. This is also true of famous people throughout history.
Hey, what do you mean final days? What happened to the reserve department?
of course.
They fulfilled their role as disposable limbs. They believed in what they needed to do. And so the 2,357 students of the reserve department all committed mass suicide.
So about that, explain how we're here? Mass suicide.
What'd you say?
All 2,357 students.
Oops, it wasn't all of them. One person was excluded.
Okay, I guess that's us, right? One person was excluded, huh? Is that me?
Damn it.
I don't believe it. There's no way I can believe this. Ultimate despair, Junko Inoshima. It doesn't scare me at all. I mean,
Bastard!
Junko Inoshima is already dead. Huh? Okay. We got, that's a picture I haven't seen in a long time. We got the reserve department updated in our handbook. Okay. Huh. Well then, I guess I want to ask him if he can explain what he meant. Hey, Fuyuhiko, is it true what you said? Junko Inoshima is really dead?
Huh?
What, you didn't see? There was a book called Manga for Morons, Killing School Life, in that bloody classroom. A bloody classroom? No, wait. What was that you said about the killing school life? Like the killings we were involved in.
They were killings that happened at Hope's Peak Academy. As I recall, the mastermind took her own life because the remaining students worked together to defeat her.
Well, yeah.
That's what it was. The killing school life ended up failing in the end. As a result, the 6 students who survived managed to escape from the academy.
Hey,
For a manga about the killing school life, it was drawn with a lot of silly images and dumb gags. According to that, the mastermind behind the failed killing school life was Junko Inoshima. The mastermind took her own life, which means Junko Inoshima is dead? He's not saying anything. That's not a good sign.
like...
It turns out that killing school life was part of that whole biggest, most awful whatever incident. Junko took away the memories of the former students of Hope's Peak Academy and forced them to kill each other. Former students of Hope's Peak Academy, and she took away their memories? That's just like us. Apparently, the whole thing was being filmed by surveillance cameras and broadcast worldwide. There's a limit to being a cruel butt. The surveillance cameras were broadcasting the whole thing? What?
So...
The students of Hope's Peak Academy are widely known as symbols of hope. By forcing people to watch these symbols of hope kill each other for the sake of survival, they were trying to fill everyone who watched the broadcast with despair all at once. That's messed up. But that messed up plan was stopped. Junko Inoshima failed. Junko lost to the students she placed in her trap, and after being overcome by the despair she created, she took her own life. Then Junko is no more. Again, he's saying nothing. I find that rather suspicious. No matter how horrible she was, there's no reason to fear someone who's dead. Whether Monokuma's story is true or not doesn't matter.
Bastard!
Junko Inoshima isn't alive anymore. Are we totally sure about that? Are we sure? Then, who is our enemy? And again, he's still not saying anything. If Junko Inoshima is already dead, are the rest of the Ultimate Despairs behind this? Are the followers of Junko carrying out her will? That's the only thing I can think of. I mean, the killings we're involved in resemble that killing school life. Well, I don't know who is imitating Junko and making us go through this, but an imitation is just that, an imitation.
No shit!
If the students from Hope's Peak Academy stopped the real deal, there's no way we'll lose to someone fake. But if this is really an imitation, are those surveillance cameras the same too? The cameras all over Jabberwock Island. Are they broadcasting to somewhere just like the surveillance cameras during this killing school life? Could be. Alright. Ultimate Despair is updated. And still he says nothing. I mean, Hajime, you totally know about that story, huh? What? Do you have a problem with that? Well, I really wanted you to read the manga version since I took the time to draw it.
What are you gonna do?
Oh, well, I'll just raise the flag. Flag? What do you mean, raise the flag? What's going to happen if you do that?
Ooh, how exciting!
One step at a time, you're getting closer to clearing my character route. You're not making sense again.
Well now.
Now then, I'll give you guys my all. I'll tell you everything I know, including information on the outside and the inside.
Yeah!
I'll raise them flags like crazy. Okay, so tell me. What a surprise! Do you want to hear about the Ultimate Despairs again? No, you said you had information. No, I don't really need you to.
Hey,
I guess he's just gonna say it again. We'll just skip that. We already know all this.
Phew.
I'm just trying to make sure that he's not saying, it's fine already, you don't have to keep explaining.
What?
Huh, it's fine already, but I'm just getting to the good part. Good part or not, I've already heard this from you before. Alright, so, I guess that's it from here. We'll see what else got opened up when we head out. Oh, there's a Akane, huh? It changed to a different hallway again. It's so sudden. What's going on to make something like this happen? No, I've already decided that I'm not going to be surprised. That's right. There's no time for me to be surprised by something like this. All right, let's see what Akane wants. If she's found out anything. Akane's twitching her nose like a beast and examining her surroundings. Hey, what happened?
Based on my gut feeling.
Well, you know, it's just my gut, but I feel like someone's getting closer. What do you mean? Who?
So,
I don't know. It's just my gut after all.
It's just my gut.
But still, her gut is pretty impressive. For some reason, it's strangely intuitive. And Monokuma did say something about the main cast coming. It's surprising, but her gut must be correct again this time. Alright. Well, we're in a different area. We have 2 rooms we can check out. I guess let's see what this room is. Wait. I guess I can't go to that one yet. Maybe we have to go to this music room. Let's see. Because everything else I think is... Well, yeah, okay, the music room is available. Everything else is like glitched out. Let's see what we got here. Okay, what is that? This looks like the music room. I feel like I can see something strange. You think? Monument? What is this? Looks like some sort of monument. Why would there be a monument in a schoolroom? You can see it says something about Hope's Peak Academy were among the many who something, the first for a foundation, or I don't know. Let's see. It'll probably say what it is. And not just that, the mark engraved into the monument is the symbol of the Future Foundation. Oh, that's what it was, the Future Foundation? Okay. Below that symbol is a short passage engraved. To combat the biggest, most awful, tragic event in human history, the graduates of Hope's Peak Academy were among the many who established the Future Foundation. Huh? The Future Foundation was established by the graduates of Hope's Peak Academy? Aren't they known as World Ender? This is completely different. Monokuma, he completely made it up. Future Foundation Origins. Okay. What is this? It's a hologram? Well, what is this? Words are floating in the air? This is like a hologram, right? The floating letters are forming a sentence. It looks like a passage from an email. Regarding the report we gave you the other day, we have obtained information. A person who claims to be a survivor of Hope's Peak Academy. Upon further investigation, there are a total of 15 survivors. You may be wondering about the number of people at this time. If they're survivors of Hope's Peak Academy, it's possible they may be targeted by ultimate despair. We believe we should acquire them and place them in our care as soon as possible. Oh, now I'm starting to understand what happened. Though I don't believe the group can go that far without Junko Inoshima rallying them. In a worst-case scenario, we must prevent a repeat of the killing school life. Also, if they are survivors of Hope's Peak Academy, we should expect them to be quite valuable to us. However, we are still investigating the details of their origins and we haven't located them either. We will continue investigating this matter. Also, regarding a separate matter, we have received a report from the research facility on Jabberwock Island. Preparations have been completed. It seems we can proceed with the experimental phase of the Neo World program. Survivors of Hope Speak Academy? 15 students. Is that about us? Excluding Chiaki, who is part of the Future Foundation, there were definitely 15 of us, but what does survivors mean? It's like they're talking from some other world. What happened outside Jabberwock Island? If the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is really true, then the world isn't normal anymore, maybe. I'm starting to feel like we might be better off not remembering the memories we've lost. Okay. I guess that's all the clues in this room. It's finally confirmed. The Future Foundation is on our side, at least. They were founded by the graduates of Hope Speak Academy, and they took us in to protect us. But if that's true, Chiaki should have made that clear to us. No, as long as Monokuma was around, she probably couldn't say anything carelessly. Monokuma, if he's the Future Foundation's enemy, then his true identity must be the ultimate despairs, who caused the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The ones who are carrying out the will of Junko Inoshima and making us go through this. Also, this caught my attention in the email too. What is this research facility on Jabberwock Island mentioned in the email? What's that about? The only Future Foundation facility we found was that ancient ruin. There's no way that's the research facility. If there really is a research facility on this island, there should be other Future Foundation members here. Somehow, there are still so many mysteries. Yeah, every time we find the answer to one, it feels like there's just like 1,000 more questions. Okay, we are slowly discovering the truth about what's going on. Hopefully, we'll be able to figure out even more, hopefully before things glitch out too terribly bad. We now know that the Future Foundation was on our side. What is that? Oh, that's saying it's the stairs? Okay, I think we have to go to this lab over here now, right? Or office. Teacher's lounge. Okay. What are we going to discover here? List of subjects. Oh, we got Kazuichi. This feels different from a classroom. It also said teacher's lounge, and this really doesn't feel like a teacher's lounge.
Maybe.
It's probably the office, right? I mean, the room kind of has that stuffy teacher vibe to it. The office, huh? Now that you mention it, it does look like that.
Well,
More importantly, have you seen Miss Sonia? I don't see her anywhere. How much longer is this guy gonna be obsessed with Sonia? Give it up already. Alright, let's go ahead and talk to him. Oh,
this is bad.
hey, have you seen Miss Sonia? I don't see her anywhere. Oh, maybe he's worried about her.
I mean,
I'm really worried. Makoto, you're back again. Never know what to say, so you'll be silent. Oh, that's okay. You can talk if you want to, or you can just enjoy the story. It's all good. But welcome back again. What if something happens to me when Miss Sonia isn't looking? This guy is so useless sometimes. My goodness. All right, let's grab that hidden Monokuma.
huh?
All the glitch
Are you
Monokumas are just
serious?
everywhere. Alright, what do we got here? There's all these flowers. What's the deal with this? Flowers on top of the desk. Plus, they look strange to me. Are my eyes just tired? I don't know. They look two-dimensional. Let's see. We got another hologram here, but let's look at the blackboard. There's something written on the blackboard. What's written here? List of subjects is written on the blackboard in large letters. Just below that, oh, we've got like all of our names, right? This is like Ultimate Imposter. Yeah, that was Byakuya, right? are names I've seen before. Then we got a newspaper article. There's a newspaper posted on the blackboard. Below that, Hiyoko Sayonji is written there. What is this newspaper? Also, that looks different from the Hiyoko that I remember seeing. But sure. Like, I don't know. She looks different. What is this? It says Miss Hiyoko Sayonji. This can't be the same Hiyoko, right? Uh-oh. What's happened? Looks like stream has disconnected. Let's give it just a second. I'm not sure. Okay, it's back. I don't know what happened. That was weird. All right. Oh, I think I know what happened. I think I know what happened. Let me see. Let me see. It looks like the internet has decided to go into slow-mo mode. Let me see what we're sitting at. No, it's still good. Okay, I guess it was just having a little hiccup there. All right, so we'll review a little bit. It says Miss Hiyoko Sayonji. This can't mean the same Hiyoko, right? I mean, that looks nothing like the Hiyoko we knew. I mean, the Hiyoko we knew, yeah, she was like a little girl. She was much smaller and looked more childlike. It was pretty much her defining feature, and that's what I always thought was so creepy about her. But the photo in this newspaper, in a way I can see the resemblance to Hiyoko, but her height and figure, it's too different from the Hiyoko we knew. What does this mean? Huh? That lady looks pretty mature. Is she Hiyoko's older sister or something? No, it says Hiyoko Sayonji here. Oh, then Hiyoko has an older sister with the same first and last name. Yeah, that totally makes sense. An older sister with the same first and last name.
I mean...
That's the only explanation, right? I mean, look at it for yourself. That's not Hiyoko. But did you ever hear her mention an older sister?
Man...
Well, it's not like I was that close to her or anything.
Wrong.
She doesn't have an older sister. Hiyoko is the Sayonji family's only daughter. If she doesn't have a sister, then a relative? No, there's still too much of a resemblance.
What are you saying?
That's Hiyoko. Huh?
Of course not!
What are you saying? Hiyoko doesn't have a curvy body like this. I mean, she was famous for her childlike figure. She got away with all kinds of crap for looking like that.
Well...
I don't know what to tell you. Maybe she had a growth spurt. What are you saying? She's already dead. There's no way she could have had a growth spurt. Okay.
Today, I'm feeling white.
Well, regardless, all the clues I provided are true. If they weren't, it wouldn't be fair.
What's going on?
What the heck? This is the truth? If this is the truth, then the Hiyoko in this newspaper... Is he really saying this is the same person? That's impossible. I mean, how can there be a photo of a grown-up Hiyoko when she's already dead? Why does this even exist?
Hey!
Could it be related to that list of subjects over there? Huh?
This is bad.
If it says subjects, maybe there was some kind of experiment, right? Did the experiment change Hiyoko's body? Oh, what am I saying? Just say it out loud. Just saying it out loud makes it sound messed up. What experiment? If it's some kind of experiment, it would mean that we were also test subjects, right? I mean, our names are also written on the blackboard under that list of subjects. What if we're not the only robot? What if all 15 of us were like androids. And like we have clones just like Monokuma does. I mean, Monokuma and Monami could just pop back. Maybe we can too. Well, what kind of experiment was it?
What's going on?
Yeah, what's going on? It better not have anything to do with time travel. My goodness. Okay, we've got the list of subjects added to our truth bullets. Who is this? This was, what's her name? Kyoko's dad. An extremely overwhelming portrait is hanging on the wall. I feel like I've seen it before, but the name etched into the placard says... Oh, wait. Post Peak Academy founder, Azuru Kamakura? Wait. Was? No. Maybe that was someone else. The founder of Post Peak Academy, and this name, Azuru Kamakura, because he's the one that supposedly murdered all the students. Doesn't this clearly contradict the information I obtained earlier? Another mystery. So weird. The Academy's founder has been added to the Truth Bullet section. Okay. Well, let's back up a little. Is there anything else over here? Alright. I guess we'll look at the hologram again. There are letters floating in the air like the music room from earlier. Looks like a passage from an email someone wrote. I think it's the same one from earlier. I guess I should read it. We understand this matter regarding the survivors. In order to safely acquire them, please do your best and continue your investigation. However, you must exercise extreme caution concerning the remnants of despair. Even though they have lost Junko Inoshima, the fact remains they are incredibly dangerous. Even after her death, the tragedy has not ended. Perhaps there is still a leader on par with Junko Inoshima. As long as we do nothing about the remnants of despair, we will not be able to end this incident. For this reason, the remnants of despair must be immediately eliminated once they are discovered. Everything is for the sake of a shining future. Immediately eliminated? Does that mean this is an order to kill them? That doesn't sound peaceful at all. Well, I guess that's understandable. If the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is as terrible as it sounds, it's pretty much all-out war. If the remnant of despair are the ones waging that war, there's no way they'd be forgiven that easily. Okay. Okay, with this, you've totally raised all the flags on this floor. Congratulations, Hajime. You shall now go on to the next stage. The next stage? Oh, man. I'm so curious what else we're going to learn. This is just like... Not again? The hallway is different from the last time. I guess that flag Monokuma mentioned... When that flag Monokuma mentioned is raised, I moved to a different hallway than the last. But how can he do that? No, now's not the time to be confused by that. Thinking about it is just going to waste my energy. Okay, so it looks like we can only go to one room. And that's going to be in the middle, right? All the other rooms are going to be blocked off. What room is this? Wasn't this like a science room or something, if I recall? Rec room? Oh, rec room? Maybe not. Okay. Oh, really? Huh. There's a billiard table. Wow. What? Ooh. It appears gravity is voluntary here. There's a billiard table, a dartboard, and a shelf lined with magazines. It's hard to think a room like this actually exists inside a school. Why is it floating exactly? We have a file. Everything is floating. This is so bizarre. Let's look at the magazine. We'll look at the least obvious things. There's a lot of different magazines here. Fashion, motorcycles, martial arts, sports, computer, travel.
There's even a magazine about cameras. Mahiru would have been happy to see this. Okay, let's look at the dartboard. There's a dartboard, but this is still a school, right? Or did Monokuma just randomly make up this place? Makes you wonder. Okay, Hopeful Peak. Okay, so the things to actually look at is going to be that hologram and then the file, I think. The sofa is just a nice firm looking leather sofa. Looks like it'd be comfortable for anyone to sleep on. Alright, well, let's avoid any further delay and see what this file has. Confidential file. It's a file with Hopespeak Academy's seal on it. It says confidential. That means this is a big secret, right? Why would an important document be here? Why am I even asking questions like that? Obviously, Monokuma is responsible. Anyway, I need to confirm what's inside the file. About the Hope Cultivation Plan. For many years, Hopespeak Academy has conducted rigorous research into various talents. The Hope Cultivation Plan seeks to use the fruits of our labor to further our true goal. With our hands, we will birth a true hope that will bring hope to the entire world. Truly, the program is the next innovation in providing the ultimate education. This plan has been the Academy's wish since its foundation, so we must succeed at all costs. What followed was a series of detailed instructions and intricate orders. It was full of difficult technical terms, and I had no idea what any of them meant. However, the word true hope left a strong impression on my mind for some reason. The Hope Cultivation Plan was created for the sake of birthing true hope. Hopespeak Academy was behind something like that? I don't really get it, but there's something about these words. True hope, huh? All right. Well, let's see what this email is about. This hologram again. What's this one say? Looks like another email passage. Regarding the report we gave you the other day, we have finally succeeded in acquiring them and have placed them in our care. Though they were all dispersed, we were successful in acquiring all 15 of them. Due to the fact that we are unable to ask them about specific details, it is unknown how they managed to survive the tragedy. It's been reported that some are wounded, so it seems certain that they survived under harsh conditions. Over the course of our detailed investigation, we determined that they were the same age as the others. So we have decided to entrust them to the survivors of the killing school life. As for the remnants of despair, there are still no solid leads regarding this matter, and we have no new information to report. We will continue with the investigation. Once they are discovered, we shall eliminate them immediately. Everything is for the sake of a future filled with hope. Okay, so the remnants of despair has been updated. And so has the Academy survivors. It says here that they succeeded in acquiring them and have placed them in our care. That means we should have been protected by the Future Foundation, right? Then why is this happening? I mean, if Chiaki and Monami were from the Future Foundation, then technically we were, being protected until Monokuma showed up, right? If the Future Foundation was protecting us, why were we forced to kill each other on this island? Well, I guess it's not possible that the Future Foundation set this all up.
What's this?
My, Hajime, if you keep worrying like that, you're gonna get a toothache and collapse.
It's your fault. What is this hologram thing anyway?
Hey,
It's exactly what it looks like. They're the Future Foundation's emails. I thought they made the perfect clue, so I did a little bit of hacking here and there to get them.
You can even do that? Whoever's controlling you seems to possess many talents.
no.
Well, who cares about me anyway? That's not important at all.
Are you sure? I feel like you're kind of one of the main actors of this little tragedy here. There's no way that's not important.
His true identity should connect everything to what's happening right now. Exactly. All right. What else do we got? Anything? I don't think so. All right. Let's see if there's any other rooms that are opened up. Or will it have changed yet? Wait, second floor? Looks like I'm in a different hallway again. It looks like we're upside down. I'm pretty much used to it by now, but even so, what is this space? Am I dreaming or something? I mean, this is just totally disconnected from reality, right? I agree. And I think we're like kind of backwards a little bit. Okay, I feel like I want to go to the library. I almost feel like I want to go to the library last. Let's go to the classroom first. The library was kind of where things finalized in the first game. Oh, I can't go there. Okay, so I have to go to the library. Well, at least we know where to go. What are we gonna find here is the question. Okay. This must be a library. Monokuma probably left something here too. I should hurry up and find it. There's the emails I see there. What else do we got? There's lots of books. Okay. Is it literally just the hologram? Is that it? I guess so. Alright, well, let's read the email. This hologram again. It must be another one of the Future Foundation's emails. I should read it. There's no doubt that it's another clue. To Future Foundation, 14th Division, Makoto Nagie. Okay. Where are you guys? What are you doing right now? What you're doing is a serious act of treason. Do you understand? Why are you protecting the remnants of despair? It should be abundantly clear to you how dangerous it is to keep these people alive. Stay calm and think about this carefully. You guys are being lied to. Think carefully about what's important to bring the light of hope to the world. The 6 of you joined the Future Foundation because you agreed with our ideals, right? The Future Foundation rescued you from the tragedy you survived and cooperated with recovering your memories. Immediately return the remnants of despair to our headquarters. Unless we eliminate them, the tragedy will never end. Everything is for the sake of a future filled with hope. Well, what does this mean? I mean, just gut reaction, it kind of makes it sound like the 15 students are the remnants of despair. The email suggests that someone was trying to let the remnants of despair escape. But then it said the survivors were scattered, so maybe not. I don't know. The email is addressed to Makoto. Oh, it's addressed to Makoto. But he's with the Future Foundation, right? Then why is he trying to protect the remnants of despair? Did he betray the Future Foundation? Okay. What is going on? There's so many truths here that we're going to have to uncover. All right. I guess let's go check out that other room. The classroom. And see what's there. Maybe we'll find some more truths here. All right. Room 2B. Wasn't it on the second floor where stuff happened? Was this where the tragedy took place, maybe? Or no, this is just the laundry room. I don't know. Huh, didn't I walk into a classroom? I guess it's not necessarily going to make sense. I don't really get it, but this looks like the laundry room. There's no use worrying about it, but I was in a school and now I'm suddenly in a laundry room. We're just going to take it all as normal. Because why not? Hello, hidden Monokuma.
No.
I think there's only one more left in this level. All right. We have a tablet PC, and I guess that's it. All right, what's on the tablet PC? I'm game to see. This looks like a tablet computer. It looks like the power's on too. Is this the next clue? I picked up the tablet and immediately started examining it. What do we got? Neo World Program? Neo World Program. This world. Neo World. We heard that before. I seem to recall hearing it and seeing it a few times already. The Neo World Program has another name. Psychotherapeutic Communication Simulator. BCS. The Neo World Program is built with the most recent psychotherapy terminology and administrative software. To develop the Neo World Program, individuals such as the Ultimate Programmer, the Ultimate Neurologist, and the Ultimate Therapist were among the many talented people whose research results were utilized. By mounting a device to the cranium, the Neo World Program allows its subjects to experience a synthetic virtual world? Are we just in a VR? What? Additionally, the Neo World Program has another feature. It can replace memories formed in the real world with information contained in the synthetic virtual world. Therefore, it is possible to undo trauma sustained in the real world through the use of the virtual world. However, this device is for psychotherapeutic purposes only. Any other use is expressly forbidden. Though it is highly effective in treating brainwashing, abusing the device risks total personality destruction. Thus, extreme care must be exercised when operating this program. Slowly, everything around me turned black. Synthetic virtual world? Program? A feeling of emptiness, like everything is being tainted. A feeling of weakness, like the world is collapsing beneath my feet. Everything is starting to feel meaningless. The desperate attempts, the sad goodbyes, the conflicts, the trust I felt until now. It's all disappearing until all I feel is despair. Oh, goodness. I screamed loudly as if confirming the sound of my own voice. There's no way I can accept this. I am starting to accept that there's no way something as crazy as this actually exists.
Nice!
You gotta raise the flags more in order to clear my character route. Now then, despair's waiting for you. Despair? Seriously? Impossible. This is impossible. It's all made up. Everything is all made up. Made up? Including me too? Maybe. Oh my goodness. This is insane. We are going to put a pin in it right here. This is crazy. What exactly is going on here? Like, what are we even thinking? I have so many ideas about what could be the issue. Like, I'm sitting here trying to figure out what it could be. And I'm like, man, there's so many options. We could be androids, right? We could all be robots, androids, and then, you know, not a big deal. We're just gonna find everybody, and then we're going to be fine happily ever after. I kind of don't think that'll happen. I think it's gonna be way more convoluted than that. We could be in a VR device. We could be in this Neo World program. And that could potentially explain the crazy, like the glitching that we're experiencing. Maybe the device that we're using is glitching out. Like, that could be a thing. But, and then it could be something else entirely. But what? I don't know. We're gonna have to think about what that could possibly mean. But that is going to conclude our time for today. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a blast. Thank you guys so much for joining. I hope you had fun. And we are going to be back here tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central. We're going to be playing, it's not a new game, but it's a game I haven't played before. It's going to be the Headliners. So Knight wanted to play that, and I was like, okay, sure, why not? So we're going to be journalists trying to chase down monsters. It's going to be great, and I'm definitely going to die a ton. But anyways, that will be tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central, and I hope to see you guys then. Right now, we're going to get some raids going. For Rumble, we're going to raid me, GG Live. I don't know what the game is called. It says Windwalker HD. It looks like a Legend of Zelda game, so maybe that's what that is. But it looks interesting, so we'll give them a raid. And then on Twitch, let's see who we want to raid. Let us see. Looking to see what people are playing. Alright, let's raid Fluffy Man 001 playing some Cult of the Lamb. I know my son had gotten super into this not too long ago. He was having a ton of fun with it. So we'll get both of these raids going. Once again, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate y'all. I hope you have a great, wonderful rest of your day. And I hope to see you guys tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central. Until then, bye!